Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing? Doing not too bad myself. Happy Friday, happy weekend. Memorial weekend was last weekend. How was your Memorial Day weekend? Ooh, man. Yeah, I mean, sorry for the lack of videos, guys. I mean, the past what three uploads or so on my channel have all been Cartoon Fridays. And to be honest, it's just I've been really, really, really busy. And on the side of that, I haven't been able to work on videos for my channel because I've been working on videos for other stuff that involves my channel, but I can't really talk about it. And it's. But you guys will like it um, once it's official. But yeah, happy Friday, guys. How's everybody doing? I've been a little bit down for the past day or so. Yesterday, like, what was it? 11:30 or so in the morning, I found out that one of my good friends committed suicide. It was not the best thing to, find out yesterday. And they're not having services for him or anything, but, I've just been thinking about it a lot recently. He's been going through a lot, but it's sad. But I don't want to darken and deepen the mood because this is Cartoon Fridays where you guys are supposed to come here and it's supposed to be happy. It's supposed to be a celebration that the week is over and it's something to look forward to at the end of the week. You know, don't look forward to Cartoon Fridays and be like, "Oh no, it's going to be depressing, blah blah blah." No, no, no. Look forward to Cartoon Fridays. I want this to be happy. I want this to be exciting. I want this to be something to look forward to. So, yeah. Um with that said, I think that we can move into the news. So first news today. I mean, if you guys already didn't know, Teen Titans Go and Powerpuff Girls they're getting a crossover. Not the best news I was hoping to get. We already knew about this, but now we know it's going to be airing in June. So this month, it's going to air. And we found out kind of, a main idea of what it's going to be about. So, Nick Jennings, who's one of the executive producers on Powerpuff Girls, said, Jump City, which is where the Teen Titans are from, Jump City will never be the same when our little superheroes Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup meet up with the Teen Titans for the very first time. When these two worlds of superheroes collide, it will surely be something to remember. Um, Now, with that said, I don't know if we're going to remember it as a good thing or a bad thing. You know, will it be memorable because it's really bad, or will it be memorable because it's really good? Probably the first thing I said. But the article also says the crossover Titans episode features the girls' arch enemy Mojo Jojo up to no good in the Titans town. The Powerpuff Girls trio teams with their fellow squad to take the villainous monkey down. I find that odd because from what I've seen, at least in the first, 15, 20 episodes of the reboot, Mojo Jojo hasn't really had that large of a presence. He was the most recurring villain in the original series. He was always, he was featured more than any other villain. Yet I feel, compared to Man Boy or some of the other villains, he's not really that prevalent in the new reboot. And when he is, appearing, it's not worth seeing. He's playing a piano, he's letting his dog out, he's delivering pizza. Like it's not the Mojo I want to see. Like that's one thing. They really dumbed down Mojo Jojo's character. And that's one thing I don't like about the reboot. They're taking a certain trait about the characters, blowing it up extremely, and then forgetting about the rest of the traits. Like, Blossom was the leader of the group, and she could be bossy at times, but she had a bunch of other qualities to her. Now she's only bossy, and she's only an OCD neat freak, who wants to tell everybody where their place is and boss everybody around, and she has no other qualities to her. Bubbles was, she was innocent, but she also, and she sometimes she did get enraged, but not now. All she does is get enraged at things. Buttercup, she's a tomboy, but she also had a few girly qualities to her. Now she just acts like a tomboy, and that's it. Mojo Jojo. Yeah, he did have some comical moments, and you did get to indulge a little bit into what it was like in the life of Mojo Jojo in the original series, but that's not what it was all about. They're forgetting Mojo Jojo is a villain, and that's he's a villain. He's out to rule the world, and seeing him deliver pizza, or it's they I don't know why they're taking the characters in this direction. It also says, according to a Teen Titans Go producer, Titans members Cyborg and Beast Boy find Mojo Jojo to be pretty cool for a talking monkey. The girls compete with Raven and Starfire and Robin to see which superhero team is better, and there's a catchy song called Monkey Army that's bound to get stuck in fans' heads. I mean, will it get stuck in my head because it's just that bad and annoying and irritating? um, I don't know. It's interesting. I'm probably going to watch it. I mean, because it's something that I think could be executed well. If the series were, but Powerpuff Girls Reboot, it's notorious for not being that good. Same with Teen Titans Go. They take what was already two previously good, uh, memorable, well developed, well respected shows with legacies, and they turn them into this. The original Teen Titans into Teen Titans Go. I can't stand it. I don't know what's with this push for simplicity. It's something that you can just tell in Cartoon Network overall, because a lot of the shows. I mean, one of the areas shows they had a lot of complexity, but now the art styles are more simple. With the exception of a couple things like background. The backgrounds in the new Powerpuff Girls look more detailed, but the art style itself looks more simple. And the storylines are more simple. The characters are more simple and dumbed down. The humor is more simple. The writing is more simple. And in Cartoon Network itself, just look at the Check It era. Look at how simplistic the design is compared to something like Powerhouse or the City, where things are constantly in motion, animated. It's all extravagant. I don't know. What do you guys think? Thank you guys for the condolences. Yeah. Okay. So next up, I don't know if any of you are fans of Mega Man. I mean, Mega Man's kind of an older game franchise. It hasn't really been as popular in the past 10 to 20 years or so. It's kind of something that was more popular in the 90s. But anyways, for those of you that are fans of Mega Man, there's a new Mega Man cartoon that's coming out in 2017. But this image that you see on the screen right here, this is what the new Mega Man's going to look like. Um, it looks interesting. It looks it looks better than the Ben 10 reboot concept art. um, he definitely looks a lot more childish, and I don't know. I mean, if anything, Mega Man more looks he looks more like Mega Tween or Mega Kid. you know, Even though Mega Man is a kid, but he looks a lot more childish, which I mean, I guess isn't that much of a bad thing. Um, so yeah. Also, the reason, if you notice that this looks a little bit like Ben 10, that's because or it might be because Man of Action, who are the people behind Ben 10 and behind Secret Saturdays, I think. They're also working on this one. And yeah, it's going to be premiering in 2017, which is also the 30th anniversary of Mega Man. Stay tuned for that if you're a fan of Mega Man. I find this to be some pretty interesting news. The Loud House, which is a new series on Nickelodeon, it actually did better in ratings than SpongeBob. I can't remember the last time a show on Nickelodeon did better in ratings than SpongeBob. But Loud House managed to do it. They managed to draw in 50,000 more viewers than SpongeBob did. And it also got renewed for a 14 episode second season. I've seen a little bit of the Loud House. I've seen I don't think I've seen a full episode, but I've seen I've seen it around on Nickelodeon and stuff when I've been flipping through the channels, and it seems like a pretty interesting show. It's upbeat. It's I mean it is a little bit energetic, which I mean, don't get me wrong. I have no problem with energetic shows. It's just that I prefer shows that are more I guess emotionally investing, deep, stuff like that. Or this show's lighthearted and upbeat, which I have no problem with. And it seems like a pretty decent show. And like I said, it got renewed for a second season, a 14 episode second season already. And yeah, I was surprised that it beat out SpongeBob. SpongeBob's been one of the main things that's been keeping that people have kept tuning back into Nickelodeon for. I don't think people were that invested into Breadwinners or Sanjay and Craig or anything like that. But SpongeBob was one of the shows that kept people tuning in. But now I guess Nickelodeon fans have something else to look forward to. And also, Nickelodeon picked up a new series called Glitch Techs, which is about gaming apparently. That's the working title. And it's going to debut in 2018. It's an adventure comedy following two newly recruited kids as they battle video game monsters that come to life in the real world. So, it looks like it's going to be a cartoon. Excuse me. But that's kind of like the same premise as Level Up. If you don't remember Level Up, that was like a live action series on Cartoon Network. A couple more like 5 years ago. And it was about like teenagers or whatever fighting monsters that came to life from a video game. So it kind of seems like the same thing here, except it looks like it's going to be animated. And it looks like Nickelodeon might be trying to appeal to that video game audience that the Disney XD has been obviously trying to appeal to, with all the video game stuff they got on there, like the Gamer's Guide to Everything and all the other shows that and stuff like that feature gamers. I'm pretty sure they had something with Disney XD had something with Markiplier. I'm pretty sure. I don't remember what it was specifically though. So yeah. Next up, for those of you that are fans of Star vs. the Forces of Evil, it actually got renewed for a second season. Speaking of second seasons, and it's going to premiere on July 11th, on Disney XD. I mean, I still haven't really gotten to see this show. I apologize because I know that when the show first came out in 2015, 2014, I promised you guys that I would do a review on it, but I never really got around to it. By the looks of it, I'm not sure if the show would be my cup of tea, because it kind of seems like a show that that kind of appeals to that same audience as Steven Universe. Not saying I have a problem with Steven Universe's audience, because I don't deny it. Despite the fact that the show doesn't really fit into my taste, it's still I still respect it, and I still think it's a great show. I feel like it's kind of the same thing for here, but I'm not going to stick my nose up at it. I'm going to give it a watch, and I'm going to develop an opinion on it. And that's one thing that I think a lot of people have to have in mind when they critique certain things. Not only to respect other people's opinions and stuff like that, and I see some people get into arguments, like really, really heated arguments, over whether a show is good or bad, because one person might like this show and the other person might not like that same show, and they get into really heated arguments about it. But I guess one thing, since I've been doing this for so long, you gotta respect the opinions of other people. If they like a show that you don't, that's fine. Respect it, you know? I might like a show that they don't like. I guess they should respect it too. Um, but also, I mean, just because you don't like a show doesn't mean it's bad. Um, I get a lot of people saying that. I mean, okay, there's a certain limit. A show like, I don't know. Okay, scrap that. If there's a show that's for the most part disliked by a vast majority, I mean, I guess then you kind of have more of an excuse to call a show bad. But still, I mean, even though you and a bunch of other people might think the show is bad, there might be some people who enjoy the show. And that was a misguided tangent. And next up, The Killing Joke. A lot of people have been looking forward to this. This is a new Batman movie. It's direct to DVD, and it's premiering, or it's being released this summer. Um, and it's actually premiering at San Diego Comic-Con first. I need to find the date again, but yeah, it's going to be at San Diego Comic-Con. It's rated R, and I have been looking forward to it. It's July 22nd. July 22nd at Comic-Con International in San Diego, Friday night, July 22nd. And I think that's before it's being released. Yeah, it's being released on August 2nd on Blu-ray and Blu-ray combo pack DVD. So it looks like an interesting movie. It looks pretty cool. I just hate, or I don't know if I should say, I just don't like the fact that not only does the animation doesn't look that great from the trailer. They released like a red band trailer a month or two back, and the animation looks choppy, and it doesn't look. It looks kind of. It doesn't look very fluid at all. It looks very stationary. The animation doesn't look that good. The art style is not bad, but the animation, the movement, doesn't look very good. Hopefully that's just because they did something weird in the trailer, and hopefully it looks better in the actual movie. Because unlike a lot of the other various direct-to-DVD Batman movies that they've released throughout the past few years, this one's actually been getting a lot of hype and anticipation because it's rated R. And Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy are coming back to voice the titular characters. Um, so, I'm looking forward to it. I'm probably going to rent it if, I don't know if I'm going to buy it, but I'm probably going to rent it before doing so. The other thing I don't like is the fact that WB reserves all of, the deep, the emotionally investing, you know, the really, good Batman for direct to DVD. I mean, Beware the Batman, that was the one that came out in 2014. That was the CGI series, and I didn't think that was good at all. Um, the last decent Batman that we had was Batman the Brave and the Bold, which was like over 5 years ago. So, yeah. Then, our last set of news today is Toonami related. First off, Toonami is actually getting a new time. I'm not sure if this is permanent or temporary. I'm pretty sure it's permanent though, as of now. Um, I think it's starting. Is it starting this week? Um, I think it's this. Yeah, it's this week, isn't it? It's either this week or next week. But Toonami is going to be, instead of like, it's been 12 midnight to 3:30 for quite a while, Eastern time, of course. But now it's going to be from 11:30 to 3. It's going to start a half hour earlier and end a half hour earlier. Excuse me. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, I really haven't watched. There was one point last year and the year before I was watching Toonami a lot more, and I was watching it a couple times a month. But now I really haven't watched it in a while. I still watch a lot of Adult Swim, but I've just been busy on Saturdays, and I've been obviously wanting to get some sleep, and I'd probably rather get sleep than watch some late night anime. There's some occasions where I would, but for the most part, I'm usually exhausted a lot. The life of Monsters Review. Okay, so that's the news. Question time. I should have a theme song for that, like questions, 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 or something like that. That's really stupid. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them right now in the chat. Oh, do you think the DuckTales reboot will be good? I don't know. It depends on how Disney pulls it off. Oh yeah, toy companies hate females. Isn't that one of the reasons why they canceled Young Justice? I can't stand the whole toy company thing, but then again, SpongeBob really doesn't have that many toys. I mean, they do have a couple, but SpongeBob makes more money off of merchandise than they do toys. Like other merchandise, like off of like bath products and clothes and you know house stuff. Like I'm sure that SpongeBob soap probably makes more than SpongeBob toys. I can't stand though that there's some shows that are reliant on merchandise. Like they had to cancel Young Justice because or no, was it Young Justice because it wasn't making enough sales and toys or whatever? They didn't have enough toys, or no, that might have been Symbionic Titan. Symbionic Titan didn't have any toys, and Cartoon Network apparently doesn't want to have an action series that doesn't have toys, and there's no such thing as an action series without toys. So I guess we have to cut the axe on the show. It's ridiculous. Seriously though, where the heck uh are the action shows, dude? There's no action shows. Do I think action cartoons are dead? They shouldn't be. I mean, the animation industry totally has the potential to release a lot of good action animated content. But people don't like doing it because one, it's expensive. Two, people want it to be detailed. One of the reasons why it is expensive is because people want detailed animation. And by the way, in action cartoons, things are constantly moving. There's explosions. There's a lot of animation. It's just not just Family Guy where they're standing there and all they have to do is move their mouths and then segue to some sort of, you know, weird thing. You know, action cartoons are constantly in motion and they're probably a lot more expensive than it would be to animate a comedy where the characters are just standing still for the entire episode. But do I think that they're dead? I mean, they're definitely a lot less prevalent and a lot less, popular now. But I think that's because networks haven't been airing them. The only network that's really been airing some solid action cartoon content has been Disney XD with some of their stuff. But I would love for Cartoon Network or maybe even Nickelodeon. I mean, Nickelodeon really hasn't been known for their action cartoons, but definitely Cartoon Network or Toonami. I can't wait for Samurai Jack, but Cartoon Network should definitely make some more action shows. How many seasons do you think regular show and Adventure Time will have? I mean, I don't know. How much do they have now? Seven? Seven apiece? Six, seven? Regular show has, let's see, 7 seasons right now. And then Adventure Time has seven. Yes, they both have seven right now. I don't know. They've been going for what, over 5 years now? But I do think that the hype has kind of died down. Adventure Time used to be a lot more popular than it is right now. Same with regular show. And Adventure Time and regular show used to be like the top two most popular shows on Cartoon Network, which in a sense I guess they still kind of are, but Steven Universe is definitely, I think, might be a little bit more popular now than Adventure Time and regular show are right now. Steven Universe is getting really popular. And I really don't see that many people talking about Adventure Time and regular show anymore, but that might be just because Cartoon Network hasn't been airing them as much anymore. I constantly see Cartoon Network airing Clarence, Steven Universe, and Teen Titans Go, but I never see them air Adventure Time or regular show, which is kind of depressing. Or did I just say Teen Titans Go? I never see them air Adventure Time or regular show that much anymore. And I definitely do think that the shows would be, uh, they'd still be a little bit more popular if Cartoon Network decided to air them more. Um, and regular show had that movie last year, and I think that did pretty good. But Adventure Time also has like a movie that's coming out in theaters sometime soon, right? So, uh, you know, how many more seasons will they have? I'm not sure. Yeah, Family Guy has a lot of guest actors, so I could probably see that. Okay. Ever watched Digimon? I mean, I probably watched a couple episodes when I was younger, but in the past 5 years, probably not. What I think about the music in the Adult Swim bumpers, it's awesome. I love it. They have really good experimental music. Jason DeMarco, I'm pretty sure he's in charge of music over at Adult Swim. He does a great job. Why is Cartoon Network self-destructing their channel? I don't know. It's because they don't know how to freaking do anything. I don't get it. They are essentially self-destructing themselves. What do I think of X-Men Apocalypse? I haven't seen it yet. I know that what's his name? Oscar Isaac is Apocalypse, and I really liked his roles in Ex Machina and in Star Wars: The Force Awakens. So I mean, I've heard that it was decent, um, but I might go see it. Um, uh, I'm not sure where the new Mega Man's going to air. Um, was the late '90s and early 2000s a time when a lot of spin-off channels were getting made? 1997's Playhouse Disney, 1998 Toon Disney, 1999 Nick Gas, Noggin, and 2000 Boomerang. I mean, yeah, from that list, yeah. Um, I'm pretty sure Playhouse Disney though wasn't a, a spin-off channel, or was it? Remember, I just remember it as being a block. Probably was a spin-off channel. But yeah, obviously, from that list right there, Boomerang, that's Cartoon Network spin-off channel. Noggin, Nick Gas, those were popular. Now Nick Gas is Teen Nick, or at least it is from Toon Disney. Sucks that Toon Disney isn't a thing anymore. R.I.P. Toon Disney. Do you know if We Bare Bears will get a DVD release? Um, I don't know. As of right now, I don't think they've announced anything. I would love to see one though. I keep trying to get Future Gohan SSJ2 to watch the show, and he said he'd watch it if they came out with a DVD for it. So, um, yeah. Why do you think Cartoon Network hardly airs regular show in Adventure Time? Because they're dumb. I give you credit, Superstar 64. Did you know that in Latin America they have a channel called Tooncast that airs old cartoons? Yeah, I did know that. Seems pretty interesting. It seems like Latin America Cartoon Network and their cartoons. seem pretty cool because they have a lot of cool promos and stuff like that. And it seems like in Latin America they still air a lot of older cartoons, also on on Cartoon Network as well, which I'm extremely jealous of. Um, do you like teen or crap? Do you like Disney XD? Um, yeah. I mean it's pretty cool. I liked it. Uh, I used to watch a lot for Phineas and Ferb. Back when I was really into Phineas and Ferb, but now I really don't watch it. They're obviously trying to appeal to like that audience of what like 10-year-olds to 13-year-olds, that certain tween audience with all the video games and stuff like that. Which obviously doesn't appeal to me that much, but they do have some pretty solid programming. I give them credit for having action cartoons, which a lot of other cartoon channels don't have. Um, I don't. I'm not really. I don't like their live action stuff though. Disney XD's live action stuff. Do I hate when cartoons are only made for toys? Yeah. Do I think Toon Disney has a chance of returning? Probably not because Disney XD is a thing. What is your film critique on Star Wars: Revenge of the Sith? I get a lot of hate for this, but I actually really liked Revenge of the Sith. I mean, yeah, some things could have been better, and yes, I do like a few of the movies from the original trilogy better than Revenge of the Sith. But I think people give Revenge of the Sith a lot more crap than what it should receive. I mean, don't get me wrong, the film isn't anywhere near perfect, and it does have a lot of flaws, but personally, I liked it. Remember Clone High? Yeah, I love Clone High because I'm a film buff and it's a funny show. Ever played Cell Damage? No, but I saw Rebel Taxi's review on it. Um, Adult Swim should air Teletubbies dank memes. Would you be open to airing an adult version of Batman the Animated Series? I mean, I wouldn't mind it. Um, as long as they don't like, there's some shows that totally abuse the fact that they have an adult rating, that they're on an adult channel. I just wouldn't want them to get carried away with the fact that it'd be an adult version. Like I wouldn't want them to be constantly dropping f bombs and constantly having sex scenes or stuff like that. But I want it to be in the same spirit of the original show, but I mean maybe with a slightly more adult tone. I mean, to be fair though, even the original Batman the Animated Series, it doesn't need. It could totally air on Toonami or Adult Swim right now because it's I guess it's mature enough for kids and adults to watch. You can take it seriously, um, and it doesn't need to be, pizza and ADHD for kids to watch, and it doesn't need to be swearing and sex for adults. Yeah, what's up with the Cartoon Network DVD releases too? They've only released like one DVD the entire year. There's literally been like less than 5 DVDs in the past few years. That's a bit of an exaggeration, but still. Who do you think should be the new voice of Aku? I think it should be Greg Baldwin, who, if you didn't know, Mako, who did the voice of Aku. He also did the voice of Uncle Iroh on Avatar: The Last Airbender, and he was working on that show when he passed away. And Greg Baldwin, who was very familiar with Mako's voice, and studied his voice, took over the part of Uncle Iroh. And I actually didn't notice the difference. I didn't know that Mako died, when the show was originally on. And I mean, that's pretty darn good that, he did such a good job of voicing Uncle Iroh that I didn't even notice a difference. Looking back at it, maybe there's a little bit of a slight difference that you can tell, but still, he did a really good job of filling in that part. So, and maybe he can also do a pretty good Aku voice. What's your favorite Kids LBB bumper? Mine's the one where Batman and Robin are playing Pokemon and Batman kills Robin's Go Bat with his grapple. Yeah, the one where Batman there's one where Batman talks to Ash. I'm not sure if that's the same one, but pretty sure there's one where Batman and Ash are talking to each other, and that one was funny. Whatever happened to Cartoon Network Blocktown? That was just something that someone was trolling with on Wikipedia, most likely. I mean, I know that I made that video back like 2 years ago talking about Cartoon Network Blocktown, and I blatantly stated in the video it's most likely not true, but it would be cool if it was because it was based off of something on Wikipedia, and anybody can go on Wikipedia. Why do you feel Cartoon Network's trying to phase out regular show and Adventure Time? Um, excuse me. I'm not sure. Probably because they're trying to phase in some excuse me new shows. Maybe like the new Powerpuff Girls or Steven Universe. So yeah, I mean I don't know. It's interesting. I mean, if anything, I feel like they should be trying to promote shows like Adventure Time or something like that more, since it's got a movie coming out sometime relatively soon. Uh, but maybe it's kind of like one of the Disney Vault things. If you don't know what the Disney Vault is, basically what happens is after so long after a Disney movie is released or whatever, they put it in the Disney Vault, which means that they stop releasing it for a while, and then they start releasing them. Like they re-release it every so often to kind of like even though it dies down for a little bit, there's a lot more anticipation when it comes back. So maybe they're just trying to phase it out, and then once they start airing it again, it'll get more popular. I don't know. Probably stupid. Do I like Drawn Together? I never really watched it that much, so I don't really have an opinion. Did I ever watch PBS Kids? I mean, yeah, when I was a lot younger, I used to watch PBS Kids. When I was like a toddler, I'm pretty sure I watched PBS Kids. Um, what's my favorite show? I don't know. I mean, I can't remember the last time I watched PBS Kids because I was like a baby. I don't know. Probably Barney. I don't know. Do I want original action shows? Yes, I would love original action shows. Remember Noggin? Yeah, I do remember Noggin. I didn't really watch it because by the time Noggin was out, or by the time I had gotten Noggin, um, I was already old enough of a kid to not be interested in it because it was shows for toddlers and preschoolers and babies, and I wasn't a toddler or preschooler or a baby. By the time I got because obviously starting out in my childhood, I didn't I only had the what, like 100 channels. I had like Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, and Cartoon Network, but I didn't. It wasn't until I was in you know elementary school when I finally got uh or no, was I in? Yeah, yeah, I was in elementary school. I was like in second or third grade by the time I had gotten like Boomerang and stuff like that, and all the other spin-off channels. Hope see you later, Superstar 64. Why is it so hard to convince Christina Miller to make changes to Cartoon Network for the better? Because they're closed-minded and they don't listen to people that want to watch Cartoon Network. A connoisseur of cartoonies. On Boomerang, they said Foster's, Powerpuff Girls, and Chowder and more was returning to the channel, and then they canceled it at the last moment. Yeah, what's up with Boomerang, man? It's just gotten worse and worse and worse. Now they don't even have any Cartoon Network shows anymore. It's odd. I can't stand Boomerang. Used to be such a good channel. It used to be my place to escape from when Cartoon Network was in bad times, but now I have nowhere to escape to. Um, I heard the new Samurai Jack is going to see how Aku came to be. That would be awesome. Yeah, that would be awesome. Who should the Philadelphia 76ers draft? I'm not familiar with college basketball. I'm not sure who the top draft prospects are. Um, did I like JetX? Yes, I did like JetX. I mean, people have mixed feelings on JetX. I mean, I thought JetX was pretty interesting. Do I know who Jerome ASF is? I know who he is. I'm not subscribed to him. I don't watch his videos. Last time I checked, he did Minecraft videos, and I've never really been a fan of Minecraft videos on YouTube. What do I think of Justice League Action coming soon to Cartoon Network? I hope it's good, and I hope it proves a point that the action shows can still be a thing. But you know, knowing Cartoon Network and knowing Teen Titans Go and the Powerpuff Girls, it's probably going to be. It's probably, instead of being an action show, it's probably just going to be a comedy that has minor action elements to it. That's what Teen Titans and the Powerpuff Girls are, which is why they, you know, I guess maybe they are a match made in heaven for a crossover, because they're two shows that used to be good and then they got turned into crap, and now they're dumbed down versions of their original selves that are comedies that have only a small portion of action elements. Do I buy amiibos? No, I don't. Do I like the TMNT? Yes, I like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I used to be obsessed with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles back when I was younger. Like, I used to love the 4 Kids series. Not the later seasons, like, you know, the first seasons of. Um, I really haven't been watching the newer one, the one that's been on Nickelodeon. Um, but yeah, I haven't seen the movies either. Like the one that I haven't seen the one that just came out, or I haven't seen the one that came out back in 2014. Uh, do I like YouTube poop? Some of them are funny. Like I've seen some of them. There's some funny SpongeBob YouTube poops, and there's some funny like there's been some funny ones of like Spider-Man and stuff like that. There was a funny Paula Deen YouTube poop that I saw. But you know, they're kind of hit and miss for me. Do you remember Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? Yes, I do. What do you think about lost episodes of cartoons? It's pretty interesting. Um, I find it interesting that certain episodes of cartoons are lost. You know, they're high budget shows that have millions of dollars in their budget, and you know, stuff like that, and then they're just somehow lost. Or you know, some of them are either lost, or some of them are just kept in corporate headquarters and they're not released to the public. Yeah, they're pretty interesting. What do you think Double D has under that hat? I don't know. Maybe he's trying to snuggle some or smuggle some jawbreakers under that hat. No, I don't know. Um, there was that one game, right? There was like a certain Flash game or something that showed Double D. There was an animation that had him pulling up his hat. He was just bald or whatever. Yeah, I don't know. Um, I remember Danny Antonucci saying that he was going to reveal what was underneath his hat, in the Ed and Eddie Big Picture show, but they never did. Sucks. Um, um, have you seen Everybody Hates Chris? Yeah, I used to watch that show on Nick at Night. Um, Caveman SpongeBob. Yeah, Caveman SpongeBob's a pretty funny meme. Did I ever watch Full House? Yeah, I did. I did watch Full House. Someone found the lost Kirby Right Back at You episode somewhat recently. It was lost because a baseball game interrupted it during its original broadcast, and it only reran once after that. That's cool. Um, Boomerang has better things to do than listen to their fans like release their mixtape. Nice. I love these streams. Glad you like them. It's a hat. OMG! I just realized. Thought it was his hair. What? Have you ever seen Caillou? Yeah, I watched it when I was a kid. Like small kid. I don't watch it anymore though, obviously. Caillou. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was one of the shows I watched on PBS Kids. I was a toddler. Any more questions, guys? Am I the only one that has hope for the Ben 10 reboot? Quite possibly. I mean, I know a lot of people, including myself, are doubting it, but it's not like we want a bad Ben 10 reboot. To be honest, I don't want a Ben 10 reboot at all because the show's been going for 10 years. It's had 4 different series. It's not like we need one. Why, of all shows, would they revive Ben 10 when there's shows like Coding Kids Next Door or Courage the Cowardly Dog that, had less than 4 series? They only had, what, 4 seasons apiece or something like that? And the creators actively want to make more episodes, and they plead to Cartoon Network asking to make more episodes, and Cartoon Network refuses. Oh, wait, right. Ben 10 had video games, shirts, toys, lots and lots of toys. So many different forms of merchandise, costumes, 4 different series. I mean, of course. Why do you think the Cartoon Network revived the Powerpuff Girls? Merchandise sales. Powerpuff Girls was one of the most financially successful shows for Cartoon Network because of all the merchandise. So, guess what? Cartoon Network did the same thing for Ben 10. Makes sense. People don't realize that. But I don't think that's necessary. I didn't even think the Powerpuff Girls one was necessary. Those shows, Powerpuff Girls already had an ending. It already had a finale. The entire series was released on DVD. There's no purpose in reviving a show like the Powerpuff Girls. Same with Ben 10. There's no reason to revive a show like Ben 10. We've basically seen his entire childhood already. It's not like we need to see more of it or a rehash of it. We've already seen so much of it, and it's not. They're just going to add to the problems that people have had with the recent Ben 10s. We don't need any more Ben 10. Just end it on a decent note. But I mean, the reason why a lot of people don't have hope for it is just not only based on the more recent Ben 10, but also on the fact that are also based off of Cartoon Network's recent rebooted properties, Teen Titans Go, Powerpuff Girls, and just Cartoon Network overall. What do I think of SpongeBob season 9? I haven't watched it. Why do you seem so uncomfortable talking about toddler shows? I'm not uncomfortable. It's just I don't really know what to say because I don't watch toddler shows. um, yeah, I agree. 8-Bit Rocco. Ben 10 should have ended at Alien Force. I wasn't a fan of Ultimate Alien or Ben 10 Omniverse. However, Ben 10 Omniverse did have a couple good things about it. Like they had a crossover with Secret Saturdays, and uh, they had a couple references to a couple other Cartoon Network shows, right? Which I thought were pretty cool, subtle references. But um, I didn't like the show. Um, do you watch Futurama? Yeah, I love Futurama. Futurama is a great show. If any of you haven't seen Futurama, it's a great show. I've always like people love The Simpsons. Like, just wait till you watch Futurama. Personally, I've never really been a fan of The Simpsons, but I love Futurama. The Ben 10 Ultimate Alien toy line sold poorly in the U.S., so stores refused to stock Omniverse toys. So CN canceled it initially. Yeah, exactly. But the thing is, Ben 10 does really well overseas too. Like especially in Asia, Ben 10 does great, which is why they're premiering the Ben 10 reboot this year overseas, and they're not premiering it in the U.S. till 2017. Um, Spider-Man 3, bad or good? Yeah, I'd say it's mixed for me too. Favorite female cartoon character? Uh, let's see. I don't know. I like the um yeah, I don't know. Just trying to think. Look through my favorite shows. Um, I think Frankie from Foster's is pretty cool. She's a good female character. Um, Madam Foster is also pretty funny. I like Madam Foster a lot. Um, 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 um. Mm, mm, mm. Sorry, there's no talking. Just trying to think. Um, yeah, I'd probably go with Frankie from Foster. She's pretty cool. Um, did you watch Star Wars: The Clone Wars? Which one, the 2003 one or the 2008 one? I watched both. Um, oh, went black. I got you, fam. There you go. Um, Nickelodeon ended Danny Phantom and Tough Puppy, but does not allow Fairly Odd Parents to end. The worst part is they made them do duck faces. The horror. Yeah, I fixed the background. Don't worry, guys. Um. Hold on a second. Any more questions, guys? Oh gosh. By the way, thoughts go out to Muhammad Ali. Apparently he's in serious condition. Which sucks. He's a legendary boxer. Can I dab? Um, I mean, whoop. That was my dab, even though you couldn't see it. All right. I think I'm gonna end the stream here. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like below. Um, again, stay tuned for videos. I will try my best to put out some more videos. I've just been really busy, and you guys will see a lot from me sometime soon. So, thank you guys for watching, and yeah, have a great weekend.